something that's not very long that I want to show you. Our teachers have, in all of our buildings, have seen this. One of the things with Iowa Core Curriculum is a huge emphasis on 21st century learning skills. And with that, there certainly is some consideration that has to be given to how we teach in classrooms. And one of the things we're working with and talking with our staff about and servicing them about is the fact that, Shirley can tell us this, with business and industry, people are looking for employees that have different kinds of skills than maybe employees were looking for 40 years ago, 50 years ago. This is 4 minutes and 9 seconds. I think it makes it quite pretty clearly, and a couple of you are going to have to turn to be able to get a look at it. And it's kind of a quick look at what we call digital learners and some real changes that need to be made in classrooms because of who the students are that we have in classrooms today. and you can leave the light off for just a minute, so I'm going to show them something else the district's doing. All of our staff have seen this, our Citizens Advisory, Wallach Auburn Board saw it last night. And it really is sort of the introduction to what the Iowa Core curriculum team at our district has sort of invited teachers to participate in. Now, it's not by invitation only that our plan is to change what's going on in classrooms, but certainly a leadership team needs to be by invitation, and people need to decide they want to serve in some capacity to kind of be out front of everybody else. We have teachers involved in something called a wiki, and if you noticed, one of the things that they talked about was a wiki, and what that looks like is this in our district. We have 53 teachers that are reading this book. It's called The Global Achievement Gap. The subtitle is Why Even Our Best Schools Don't Teach the New Survival Skills That Our Children Need and What We Can Do About It. This is set up on our website, and we didn't make anybody participate in it. We invited people. I guess I told the principals they had to, but everybody else got to choose if they were involved in it. So we have more than one site that looks similar to this, but this is our Iowa Core wiki site. And if you look down here at the information that we post on it, links to the book study, and that's what we're doing with this. So what we've asked teachers to do is look at this book, and we're going to take a look at the first half of a book called Leading Change, and get both of those taken care of by the time we get to the last 2 days of May, the 28th and the 29th of May. And those teachers that have volunteered to participate in this will meet for 2 days, and we're going to be looking at the Iowa Core vision that the Department of Ed gave us and define that for what does that look like and sound like in East Sac County. And visually be able to show you what's our perception of that vision in the classrooms of East Sac County schools, as well as develop a 3-year professional development plan that will support teachers in learning how to do things that are going to look significantly different in their classrooms. At some point or another, we'll take a look at a book called Disrupting Class, and you may see sometimes written about technology, and it's often called disruptive innovation. And disruptive innovation has really disrupted schools. Schools look a lot like they did long ago. 9th grade English, and I'm not telling any tale on Kevin, but 9th grade English high school looks a whole lot like it did in 1962 when I was a freshman. And I'm not sure that's really preparing kids for the kind of work world or global economy or global world that they'll be living in. If we go back to this site, it's called Teaching in the 21st Century, an Iowa Core curriculum. It'll serve as a resource to assist East Sac County teachers transform the way they teach in the 21st century. So we go to the staff team members, we put a schedule together for them so that they see and know what the requirements are for this activity they're participating in. They get a couple of weeks to read chapters in this particular book, and then there are other readings that we give them on these topics. And these subtopics, like these 3 right here, are all important parts of effective instruction, and those all come through Iowa Core curriculum. So concepts like deep conceptual and procedural knowledge. Our teachers don't have a lot of knowledge about that topic, but as we look at teaching in the classroom, it's one of the pieces of things that we need to improve on. So they'll have articles or podcasts that they can listen to, and then what happens is at the time that they watch those things, or they listen to those, or they read those things, they post on this wiki. We never physically meet. For this introduction to the book and the first chapter, we gave them this intro information and gave them some questions just to start the discussions. And what I want you to watch as I scroll down, the kinds of conversations people are having. So I'm not going to let you read it, but there's a post by Sammy Bruce, and then a second one about a second question. And you can see different people's names. Almost all of them have that little slice of pie, although I've noticed some people have personalized theirs.